It's against the grain.
All right, Dan, I'll read the statement, and I agree with it just by principle, and you tell me if you agree. Steve Bradican writes, if the Browns can go 3-5 prior to Josh Gordon coming back, they're making the playoffs. Yes or no?
I'd have to see a little bit more. Ben Tate's out, but, West came in and played well. The defense is good. I just don't know how many, if they have consistency on offense, certainly at quarterback.
Okay, and I will read 2 of the 400 Dallas Cowboy tweets. Mike Chapman writes, Jason Garrett gets fired after a 1-4 start and a Week 5 loss against the Texans.
No.
Okay.
I think Jerry Jones, the owner, doesn't want to embarrass Jerry Jones, the general manager, and fire him. And you know what? Why not? If they do, then make Jerry Jones the coach. If they do that, you fire Garrett, then make Jerry the coach. All right, go.
Okay, I got a ton of emails from the Detroit area. Andrew Joint writes, Matt Stafford will win MVP as the Lions go 11-5.
No.
He looked pretty good, though.
Oh, my God. It's one game. Okay, he lost some weight, and all of a sudden, he's Tom Brady or Peyton Manning. I want to see what they do in big games because the Lions have an ability to build us up and then, pull the rug out from underneath us.
Okay, Sal Amato writes, in 1990, Miami went 12-4. Their first 2 games were against New England and Buffalo, like this year. If Miami beats Buffalo on Sunday, look for them to make a huge splash this year. We got a lot of pro-Dolphins tweets coming in. People are excited in Miami.
Okay, but I can't overreact one way or another. That somebody's that good or somebody's that bad. So I'm going to say, let me hold off. Give me 4 games before I decide if somebody is going to make a long run or not.
Okay, we got multiple ones suggesting this. That's the only reason I'm reading it. I don't agree. Clinton writes, after a 10-6 year, Belichick releases Brady for Jimmy Garoppolo, i.e. Bledsoe, being released for Brady.
No, because I don't think Brady would be the issue there. I think it would be the surrounding cast, the offensive line, and maybe the wide receivers. I don't think it's Brady.
Does that ever happen, though? Maybe 2 years, 3 years?
If you get too expensive, it's like Larry Fitzgerald in Arizona. I don't care what his production is this year. He's going to get $23 million next year. There's no chance Larry's back with Arizona at that number.
Okay, Kyle Spotchler writes, Washington ends up with the first pick in the draft.
Are you making up these names?
Sort of. I can't read. The font's too small. Washington ends up with the first pick in the draft, uses the spotlight to unveil new names and new uniforms, and then takes a quarterback. You got a lot in there, Kyle.
Yeah. I don't see that happening. The scenario I was told that could happen is they leave RFK Stadium, they get their new stadium, or they go back to RFK, and part of that agreement arrangement is we'll let you go back there, move, relocate, but you are going to change your nickname.
Okay, Clem McDavid writes, Panthers actually better without Steve Smith and having a rookie wide receiver who's a better red zone target. Kelvin Benjamin, he's referring to.
Look, Benjamin's great, but what Steve Smith did there, considering they had nobody else on offense, was Herculean. And he's still bitter. You can hear his comments. He's still bitter about Carolina.
Okay, last one, and I want Paulie possibly to chime in on this. Jim Stark writes, Russell Wilson, not Andrew Luck, is the best young quarterback in the NFL.
I still think what Andrew Luck did with the Colts last year deserved the MVP over Peyton Manning. I thought he did more with less. You're going to say, I don't think the Colts team is good. I don't think the defense is intimidating, and they don't have a running game. I think T.Y. Hilton is very good. Reggie Wayne is back. But they didn't have Wayne last year, and I thought Andrew Luck to carve out 11 wins there was pretty incredible because I don't think that they were that good. So
this is really weird. You've given me a whole new level of respect in this Against the Grain segment. You actually addressed me seriously for the first time.
Well, I'm addressing the listeners.
Oh, all right. Well, that's
Are you done?
Yeah.
All right. Against the Grain brought to you by Red Hook Audible Ale.